Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. Breaking out with a new creation. It's been too long, we've got to unite now. Time and space can't keep us apart right now. Unity, yes, you better know. It's the only way to go. We stay apart, then we'll have to fall. Count on you, count on one and all. It's not for you, not for me, it's not for we. It's not for you, not for me, it's not for we. Love and respect for the another. No man, that is your brother, yeah. Share the love. Peace and love. Rise and shine, this is a new day now. Be positive along the way. We're moving on, no time to delay. Working hard and trying to survive each day. You must enjoy the fruits of your labor.
And good evening and welcome to Belize Watch. It's a pleasure to be here with you this evening. Let me just straighten up my a little bit here. Let's see how I look. Yeah, I look straight. Yes, good evening. Welcome to Belize Watch. It's a pleasure to be with you and to greet you once again as we go into another of our nightly shows here on Love Television and on Love FM. I have here with me two lovely ladies. You know, I like to be surrounded by the ladies.
Aren't you lucky?
I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I mean, you know, it's so nice to be with two lovely ladies, you know. Julia, of course, I'm happy to have you here with me again
Thank you.
this evening. And Steffi Loop. How are you, my good friend Steffi?
Thank you, very good.
Uh-huh.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, well, we are happy to have you, Steffi. We are really glad that you were able to make it, you know, and I see you have on your Aldebaran shirt.
Yes.
Yes, Steffi, as you know, is the manager of Aldebaran Belize. And tonight we're going to talk about our trip that we made out to Gladden Spit. I think it was on Thursday.
Yes,
last
on the
week.
16th.
On the 16th.
Yeah.
And quite an unforgettable occasion. And I must commend you again, just like I did out there, for putting all this together. Julia, we had a wonderful time.
I remember you telling me
Right?
that.
We had a wonderful time. So we're going to sit down here this evening and look back at some of the recordings that we did out there.
Yes.
And bring back some memories, Steffi, you know, of the day. We have, for example, let's just go into it, right?
Before we go into
that
show, there are two things that I would like to mention.
Tell me, Jules.
One of them.
When I made Red Cross tickets, not
you need to make. Of course, you need. You didn't bring your Red Cross tickets, did you?
I have. They are upstairs.
Okay. Well, just remind you that we have the Red Cross tickets. $100, dinner, good entertainment. I'm trying to remember the rest.
Yes.
Good fun. You'll be supporting a worthy cause.
Supporting a worthy cause.
You can
That's
get
the
your
most
tickets
important.
right here. You can contact me.
I know Steph will buy a few tickets, but we'll work on that a little later on, right?
Also, I would like to mention that the staff of Radisson is having a car wash on Saturday. Pam and the ladies there, the staff at Radisson, they do it every year. They do this massive car wash, and the funds raised go to the Cancer Society. So you can stop by. I'll give you more details during the week of this car wash. And then I was asked by the folks there at Hecopub. They're having a pap smear campaign in the Belize River Valley area on Wednesday, that's tomorrow, from 9 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. So it's happening at the Doublehead Cabbage Health Center, and the bus will leave at 6:30 a.m. from Lemonal, 6:30 a.m. from Flowers Bank, 7 o'clock from Rancho Dolores, and 7:30 from St. Paul's Bank. Now, the bus will be leaving Doublehead Cabbage at 3 p.m. for the return trip to the destinations that I mentioned, back to Lemonal, Flowers Bank, Rancho Dolores, and St. Paul's. And this is not a special bus, it's the same regular bus that the students go to school from these areas, but you're asked to take advantage of this opportunity, especially if you're a woman. You know how important a pap smear is. Take advantage of this opportunity and get your pap smear done. You know, early detection is the best prevention for cancer.
That's right. Now, Jules, you want us to let me ask Steffi. Let me move on to Steffi and ask Steffi about Aldebaran, Belize.
Yes.
How did it get started
What is Aldebaran, Belize?
And what is Aldebaran, Belize in the first place?
Yeah, Aldebaran is Aldebaran, Hamburg. And Frank Schweikert is the owner of Aldebaran, Hamburg. And he started very, very young to build his scientist boat. It was his dream. It was 1990. He had no money, he had only enthusiasm. He wanted to have the best equipment boat, scientist boat he could get, and he got it. Then he started his office Aldebaran in Hamburg. From really beginning, start with nothing. He worked with scientists together, and he studied scientists and journalism. He is a big filmer, a great filmer. He's selling his films on TV in Germany. You can see them always. He was in the whole world with the best scientists together. He got a lot of awards, and one day he decided to come to Belize. So, and he fell in love with Belize. He's now the third time in Belize. And one day I saw the boat and I said, my God, I'm German. What is a German scientist boat doing in Belize? So I met Frank Schweikert and the whole crew. They introduced me to their work. I was impressed. And when I was in Germany, I went to Hamburg, looked to his office, and it was incredible. Yeah, all these films and this work and what he is doing with youth in Germany, this competition, this underwater research competition. So he's doing a great job.
So I was going to ask you, you mentioned that he's a scientist and the work that he does, he's received awards for. What type of work, what type of work as a scientist does he do? What does he study?
Yes, is underwater research, and he brings to Belize German scientists, and each scientist has a theme, is working on this theme. And in Germany you can see it in professional magazines, and the universities, they work with the results of the scientists. It's very important.
And the boat, the Aldebaran, Julia, is equipped with satellite technology. He can broadcast from Belize to any part of the world via satellite. And he has done several shows, and this will come out in the presentation. So maybe we should think about viewing the presentation, because he himself will be talking a bit about the Aldebaran project. What I wanted Steffi to establish before we go into it is that there's now an Aldebaran NGO in Belize, Aldebaran Belize being established, right, Steffi?
Yes.
And maybe you might want to say that just before we start to look at the video.
Frank Schweikert invited me to Lübeck. There was the International Climate Conference, and Dr. Kendrick Leslie from the Climate Change Center in Belmopan. We went to this conference, and what I saw, what I heard, and Dr. Kendrick Leslie, he did the best speech of all speeches from all these speakers. I decided in this minute, okay, I want to help, I want to work with, I want to build a bridge between Germany and Belize and Germany. This is very important, so I opened the office Aldebaran in Belize.
And so it was Steffi's dream to get us out there, basically.
And this will definitely get us out.
She succeeded.